Wednesday, so this ain't a regular show. This is gonna be a pop-up coin roll hunt. We got some coins to search, and well, price of silvers went up to $62 today, which is a plus, right? $61 and some change. All right, y'all. We're gonna search coins today. See what we can find. Nickels in the first roll. Been running into a lot of proofs and proof lights from the 60s and 50s. Don't know that they'll have it in this one. 25. Getting closer to the 26s though. 23. Well, that was almost old enough to be a war nickel. It looked like 64. Not what we're looking for. $82Ds. It looks brand new. Really nice looking. $23. 96 Denver. Shiny on that one. 2003 looking old. Welcome in. Hey Kevin, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day in Florida. Good afternoon. How's Florida treating you today? It's good to see you, buddy. Glad you're doing well. Above ground and not below water. That's what I tell people. I'm above ground and not below water. Here we go. Next roll of nickels. Definitely circulated. Let's see if we can find something cool, Kevin. Let's see if we can find something cool. Silver's on the rise today. Let's see if we can find some. Looks like it's hiding from us. We get to hide in silver today. It's being funny. Come on now. Nothing in that half roll is fine. Oh, that's new. 66. It looks like someone broke that out of a Denver set for the silver because it definitely is shiny. Broke that out of a 61 set, I would say. Nothing in that roll of nickels. That's okay. We're going to find something, Kevin. You watch. Sit some dimes. Do this relatively quickly, but I want y'all to know that I'm alive and doing well, and well, I'm doing. We're doing. Okay, here we go. Nothing on those edges. Don't see any silver edges. Believe that's got copper on it as well. We'll check that one just because, but I believe it's copper. 78. The zinc clad, whatever it is not silver. No new dimes either, no proofs, no nothing cool. Okay. On to the next roll. We just keep searching, Kevin. We searching. How's the weather down there in Florida? Hot as the dickens, I'm sure. 107 degrees here in Oklahoma today. Oklahoma City, 107. Oh, we got a super dark nickel. Maybe not. Thought it was. It looked dark right there. Thought maybe that was older. Maybe not. Let's take a look and see what it is. Definitely some tonnage going on there. 2018. That's not a thing. It's not a thing that should be toned, I wouldn't think. Almost a war nickel. We were almost into the silver on that one. $94 looking old. 25 looking BU. $83, not what we need. $64, not silver. Everything in a coin 64 is silver except for the penny and the nickel. Just saying. Nothing in that roll, Kevin. Nothing in that roll. Happy Wednesday. I hope everyone's doing great. Me and Kevin's hanging out. Welcome in, whoever the third party is that just came in. They just hanging out with me and Kevin. And I don't see any silver in this roll. Looks like it's all going to be clad. Do we have any of the new ones? We do have a red painted one. Interesting. 2001. Don't know why they painted it red. Okay. And we don't have any of the new ones. Well, these dimes have not been nice to us lately. Dimes have been tough on us, Kevin. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome in. I hope everyone's doing great. Having a good Wednesday, I hope, so far. This looks like a newer roll, but I don't think it's 2026's. Chew, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. Happy Wednesday. Searching coins. Trying to get myself back on track. get my endurance up for streaming again so we can start doing some more streams and get things back to regular, or back to as regular as we can. MJ Squirrel, how you doing? Good to see you. Did a whatnot coin roll hunt earlier. Figured I better do a YouTube one. Went and hit the banks and got some coinage. Haven't found anything good yet, but earlier we found some more of those nickels. 83 Denver. That's nice. Got some more of those crazy nickels. Thank you. I hope everything's going well at work. Nothing in that roll. We got that little deuce on that one. Nothing. It'd be like that sometimes. MJ says, good luck. Hopefully everybody's day's going great wherever you're at out there, whatever you're doing. You know this, it is hot out there, folks. Oh boy. Running around banks and stuff earlier, golly. It's so hot. It'll melt the shoes off your feet. I don't know if it's that hot, but it's hot. So doing okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad that everything's going okay. I know. Just glad it's turned out to be a better day than it was evening. Last night was a long night, right? Yes, it is hot. It is hot. You gotta stay cool. Stay inside. Stay inside when you're working if you can. In the AC. Now, if you're not in the AC, then I don't know what to tell you. Shaw's mining. How in the world you doing, Shaw's? He's the one made it all hot. He said he's bringing all the warm weather. I heard him. That's what he said. Shaw says he's breaking out the banana hammock for the warm weather. He said, okay, I guess. Well, hey, man. You just got to be okay, man. I don't even know what to say besides. I lie a lot. I'll just tell you I'm okay even though everything's shit, you know. Hospital says she can come home in 4 weeks, so that is a blessing. That's a plus. That means she's going to get a little month vacation. That gives you a month to get things ready for her to come home, and you plan on being there to help her, which I'm sure you are. Shaw's and Miss Idaho remind me of me and Miss MJ, kind of. I think they're just friends and gonna be there for each other. I hope. She's crying, wanting to come home now. Oh, I'm sure, buddy. I know I hate being in hospitals. I don't like it at all. I don't like the hospitals, and it's not the people in the hospital's fault. Doctors, nurses. If you watch this later, it ain't that I dislike you. It's that I don't like being at the hospital. I don't like being in the hospital. I don't like being at the doctors all the time. I don't like it. I don't think anybody likes not being in control of themselves, right? So when you're in the hospital, you're at the mercy of everybody there. You know what I mean? Well, but Shaw, see, you're coming to see her. That's what matters. I'm sorry, the rest of us live other places. I'm in Oklahoma. If she was closer, I would go see her because I know. MJ is the only person that comes sees me at the hospital or takes me to the doctor, goes to the doctor with me. So Miss Idaho should be grateful that she has you, Shaws. I'm grateful that I got MJ to be able to be there. So at least that's somebody, not just all alone. I've had to do a lot of it by myself through time. Well, I know. I ain't got no family either that comes sees me. MJ is my family. That's been my everything, right? So, that's kind of the way you are from Miss Idaho. Sometimes family, it's just a name. It's just a word. You're her family. You're there for her when she's sick, when she's in the hospital, and so you are her family. That's the way I look at it. You know what, Shells? When I was younger, I joined a whole gang just because of not having family that was there for me. You know what I mean? So now, as I've got older, I don't have to worry about having a gang. I've got an MJ. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to create your own family. And I'm telling you, that's why I was the most loyal banger there was. I'm still, loyal to the cows. Just because they were my family. They did things for me no one else would. So they were there when I didn't have anybody else. And that's what, that's what family is. So you're lucky that you got Miss Idaho, and she'll be there for you if you need something, I'm sure. You know what I mean? There was a young lady here where I live about a week ago, as a matter of fact, and was like, hey, I just want to talk to you. There had been an incident. And she's new to the neighborhood, and she wanted to make sure there wasn't no smoke going her direction from what had happened. And I told her, I said, I'll be honest with you. I said, I don't need to know you. I don't care about you. I don't care about these other people that live here. I care about that woman right there, MJ. That's it. The rest of this neighborhood, you know what I mean? It could all go up in flames, and I'm going to stay true to my people, but at the end of the day, MJ is the one I worry about. Nobody else. That's it. So, yeah. Now, mind you, that young lady ain't came back and asked me for no more help or no more advice since then. She like, holy shit. She was like, she figured out that I'm just honest like that, right? I don't care about none of them. I don't even know them. I don't want to know them, Shaws. You hear me? Don't want to know their names. I don't care. So, yeah, I think as long as you got somebody that you care about, somebody that cares about you, you're good. Doesn't matter. None of the rest of it matters, right? Oh, Shaw says, thank you for helping Jeff MJ. Oh, man, I'm telling you, I thank her all the time because I don't know what I'd do. I know what I would do. I would be in the same shape I was in Florida. I'd just be getting worse all the time. Because, yeah, in Florida, I had no help with doctor stuff. I had no help with what was going on. And, yeah, we've been playing catch up ever since. But that was my choice. I made that decision. You know what I mean? I went my ass down there. don't go chasing rainbows that might not work out for you. Man, you're sick as hell. That's the difference in having somebody that stands by you and helps you with things, and having someone that just is there because. You know what I mean? That was the difference in me being in Florida and me being here and getting doctors and help that I needed with medical stuff, and being somewhere where, I was literally on my own trying to figure out shit that I couldn't figure out by myself. So it's good to have someone to help you, that's for sure. Everybody needs that sometimes, right? And not everybody's built to be able to help people. I know. I've broke my back helping people for years. And to the point to ask MJ, I'm paranoid about it. I've got a lady that is wanting to do some streaming and wanting me to teach her some things, and I told MJ, I said, I'll be damned. I said, I'm going to teach somebody else how to do this just so they can just, take my knowledge and use it and just dump me off somewhere. And I don't know, but, I'm going to give it a whirl. I'm going to reach out there and help somebody else again and hope that this time it don't bite me in the ass. You know what I mean? Because 9 times out of 10, y'all, being a good guy is just going to get you bit in the ass. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's going to leave you with ass scars from bites. You hear me? They're going to bite you on the back. They're going to bite you on the ass. They're going to bite you all over the place. So just be ready for that. You know what I mean? It is very true, Shaw. It's very true. Shaw's, here's another thing. Even though that family of hers ain't been there to see her, I can guarantee you this. Because of the way you are and just being outspoken and just being you, they probably don't think a whole lot of you. They probably don't have nothing nice to say about you because they don't even know you. But the fact is, you're there for their family. You know what I mean? You're there for her. I help people all the time, but they're never around when I need help. Charles, now, hey, you can't say that about everybody. On more than one occasion, I've been there when you needed help. You know that. Pretty sure that's why you always show up to my shows, and I appreciate that. But I've did my best to help you and Miss Idaho on more than one occasion. So you can't say not everybody's been that way. You know what I mean? Oh, you talking about her family? I get it. That's what I'm saying. I get it. I see it. You know what I mean? I've lived it. I've been around people whose families just don't involve them in anything and don't do anything. And then when the time's right, then all of a sudden they're all about it. You know what I mean? I've got family that way, Shaz. You ask Miss MJ. Hey, man, the only time my family contacts me is when they think there's some fucking money involved. You hear me? They're going to watch this later, too. And it's okay because they know it's true. The only time they reach out to me is if they think that there's something that I can do that's going to benefit them. That's a fact. So I get it. You know what I mean? I get it, Shaz. It's okay. That's why some of us create our own family. You know what I mean? Fedman, our car. Yeah, I get it, man. I'm telling you, I get it. I completely understand. I completely get it. So, Shaws, I am one state away from a great deal of my family. And none of them take the time to do anything. You know what I mean? Where, yeah, anytime, even now, if they needed something, I would send somebody to go help them. You know what I mean? It's crazy. People don't treat you the same way. It's just, that's just human nature, man. Human beings, we're selfish. As people, we're selfish. The weather's never good enough. Nothing's ever good enough. We're never happy with shit. Just selfish people. We're a selfish species, but we were taught to be selfish by someone else. You know, God didn't make you that way automatically. God gave you free will. And believe it or not, God created all of you with a heart that's supposed to be, supposed to care for each other, but ain't that way all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, Becky, what's happening? How's Miss Becky doing today? I've even took 3 trucks apart. Grocery store. Mile down the road. Oh my goodness. I know. I mean, I'm telling you, it's funny, right? I have people who will message me from other states and be like, this or that's going on. And they got people living on their property that should be doing that shit. You know what I mean? Cutting their grass, doing their stuff, fixing their stuff. That's what they should be doing. You would think they're living on, living off them. I mean, I would think that's who they should be going to for help. But nope. Instead, they'll reach out to this guy that's dying, literally. You know what I mean? We're all dying, but this guy that's got terminal illness has got to be the guy that's supposed to fix every damn thing still. It's amazing. It blows my mind, Charles. Yeah, I'm telling you, you're preaching to the choir because I don't get it. And then what I love best is when they got all advice for what you should do or what you might ought to do. And at what point do you even have a say in any of it? Or at what point do you think your opinion even matters? Because it don't. I mean, I don't get it, but I guess, I don't know. Whoever floats their boat, right, shows, it'll be okay. All you got to do is keep being there for Miss Idaho. You keep being her friend and keep loving her and keep being there for her. And she'll always know that she's got somebody. You know what I mean? I'm very grateful that I've got MJ. I've got some other associates that, I've got associates that come around and do this or that, but I've not got anybody that, like that other than MJ. So now I own 1 car and a Yoki and my big dog Dodge 4x4. There you go. Charles, look here, man. I got issues with trying to figure out how to put everything in someone else's name, man. That's where I'm at. I've tried to accumulate things for my future and for my kids. And, my kids, they don't like coins. They don't like ball cards. They don't know shit about none of it. Somebody just going to go, I don't know. So hopefully MJ can take care of it all. She'll have a lot to deal with one day. She can just dance in coins. She'll be like, somebody got to do something with all this junk. She loves coins now, but wait till she's got millions of them sitting around. She'll be like, holy crap. It'll make her crazy. She'll be like, oh my God, that's it. She'll have to quit working. She'll be looking at coins all day, every day. She'll have to go to streaming or selling coins or something herself. I bought my dad's 2001 Dodge. Nice. With the plow, new tires for $1,000. 50 a month. Wow, nice. Well, your dad hooked you up, man. That's good. I mean, it's good somebody hooked you up. That's a good hookup. That's a good deal. Miss Becky, how's life treating you, ma'am? Are you getting ready for another vacation? Are you bringing the boat to Oklahoma? Can I look forward to going to the lake one of these days? I don't know. I don't know when I have time. I got so much shit going on right now. Yeah, and I got 2 letters in the mail today. You know them letters that you get that you're like, holy crap, these people again? I swear to God. I've got more mail in the last 2 weeks from these people, man. And everything's about to change again, so yeah, I don't know. It's a whole process, man. Life is just a process. What's funny is human beings have made life this complicated. We've made this life this complicated for ourselves. Literally, we live on a planet that provides food, water, and shelter, and yet here we are. What? You're under the Shell Knot Bridge? Boy, now I dove off of that several times. Hey, as a matter of fact, I dove off of that with your uncle. We used to all go jump off that bridge. Hey, there's a guy named Kenny Yarber. Went to school with, well, he was a little bit older than me. He's about the same age as some of your uncles, or some of them probably was. But, Kenny Yarber, he went to Exeter. Your son tanning? So Miss Becky, so Kenny Yarber, he went to Exeter, right? And he was about the same age as, he's about 2 years older than me, right? In school. He was old enough to buy liquor before he graduated. Anyways, he went to Exeter school. We had him down there at that old Shell Knot Bridge. We was jumping off there. And now Miss Becky tell you all this. There's some guidelines underneath the water. Now, this drunk ass dude, we tried to tell him, I said, look, man, you don't want to jump there. There's some guidelines down there underneath the water. Guidelines means these big cables that are attached to the bridge underneath in some strange ways that help hold it stable. You know what I mean? Nope, this fool Kenny Yarber decided he didn't need to listen to me. He's like, oh, Jeff Crumpler don't know what he's talking about. He's just going to go ahead and jump there anyways. Let me tell you, it ripped. I mean, I don't know how he still had testicle left. He managed to clip that wire right between his legs. It was a whole mess. I was like, that's one of the memories you'll never forget. You know what I mean? It's like, I told your ass not to jump over there because there's a wire underneath the. But the Shell Knot Bridge was the one bridge. Oh, I tell you what, across from the bridge there in Shell Knot, where the rock cliff is at, where you can jump off of, Miss Becky, that was my first broken tooth on a beer bottle. Just saying. I was on that cliff rock over there on the side of the highway over by the bridge, and I was about 14, and I was biting the beer bottle caps off of the Budweiser beer bottles. I can remember even the type of beer. You hear me? And I was biting the bottle caps off because that was the cool thing to do back then. And I still got a chipped tooth in the back from that motherfucker. My first chipped tooth. It's been that way since I was 14. Yep. You don't be trying to bite the beer bottle caps off the bottles. Look, you're not Al Bundy. It ain't going to work right. It just ain't a good idea. I watched a lot of Married with Children back then, and I'm pretty sure that's where I thought it was a good idea from, but I'm not sure. I had spent a lot of time in Shell Knot when I was, growing up. That was kind of a thing. Yeah, Becky, your uncle Clint McCaslin. See, we used to all go down there. Over there jumping off those rocks now. Yeah, see, because the rocks are safer to jump off of. Ain't no cable over there. You know what I mean? That bridge, it's got some stuff underneath it. I'm just saying, you gotta be careful jumping off that bridge. You mess around and pull a Kenny Yarber and get your nuts hung up on a wire or something. That ain't good. Oh my goodness, Miss Becky. We discussed this before. You're 78, I'm 76. So yes, when Clint and them was playing football and winning championships for Cassville, I was in junior high coming into high school, and they were the guys I ran around with. Them were the guys I wanted to be like. I wanted to be the top football player. I wanted to be, boy, look at us now. I'm a 1980s baby. Well, there you go. So then you got me by 4 years. That's even better. 5 years. 4 years. 4 years. 4 years and some 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. There you go. So, Miss Becky, you were right between my brother, my younger brother Boise, and my younger brother Steven. You were right between them two. Somewhere in there. Or actually, I think you're right around Boise's age. Steven's a little bit younger than you, like about 7 years. You would have been old enough in school, though, to remember me because, God bless, I got held back enough times. You know what I mean? I had Letterman's jackets with different dates on it. I lettered in all sports. I just didn't ever graduate. Graduation was not a thing. Oh, Becky, you're not getting old. Look, man, look. Hey, I tell MJ this all the time. Women are like wine. Y'all get sweeter with age, right? Like, you know all the stuff. You get all the stuff. I've been old. BK Gold. How you doing, BK? BK Gold says, I've been old. What you talking about, man? Look, I'm not old. I'm just getting older. Look at it this is the way I look at it. And in all honesty, I mean, I agreed to a lifestyle at one time that I was told that, hey, if you do this and you do it seriously, you either be dead or in prison the rest of your life by the time you're 25. That was a promise that my uncle made me, that others made me. They said, this is the deal, man. And I dedicated myself to that life. So I also dedicated myself later on to getting out of that life. But for whatever reason, God got me through it, and I've lived twice that long. And I ain't spent the rest of my life in prison. So I somehow beat the odds. And I can say that because my very uncle that told me that died before he was ever 35. You know what I mean? So Happy birthday! Oh my goodness, whose birthday is it? Is it BK's birthday? BK, did you just get? Oh my goodness, the girls turned 18 today. Holy smoke. BK, we're getting old. Oh my goodness. BK, when you were sick, when you were gone in the hospital, I just want you to know that your daughter, both of your daughters was there for you, but your one daughter, she was coming on the streams and telling us how you were doing, prayed with her for you. So you got some good kids. They're there for you. You know what I mean? Even though you were indisposed of, she reached out. You know what I mean? So you got some good kids. You've raised them well. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm really trying to hold it together. I'll be honest with you. Hold on, I'm gonna have to mute you. I don't know why today my treatment is I'm not doing well, but hold on. All right, y'all, we're gonna get through this. Said they'll be moving soon, huh? That's not good. I mean, I guess it's good. They're growing. They're gonna be moving. You know what I mean? Is it a good move, or want them to move out on good terms, not bad terms, right? As a parent, I'd like for my kids to know that hey, you got a place if you need it, no matter what's going on. You know they need their independence, but don't want them to feel like they're out there in the world alone. Because if they are, then they'll figure out how to do it on their own. To USF, going to, oh, they're both going to college. Nice. See, look at there, buddy. So, BK, did you go to college? I'm asking because I don't know if you went to college or not. You might have. But, I mean, for me, that'd be a big thing. Like, I was really excited when my kids graduated and when they chose to go to college. Some of them didn't. But I was excited because I didn't ever do that, So did you graduate? No? That is awesome. See, they earned full rides. That means they worked hard. They did all their schoolwork. Them girls worked hard to earn that. That's awesome. I don't want them to go. Well, BK, they're not going to be gone forever. Just, Last week, there was a police chase over the Kimberlin City Bridge, and the man jumped out of his car and jumped off the bridge. Hey, that's a smart move. Did you get away? I'm just saying, if you gotta go, you gotta go. I might have took the water too. Be like, I'm just gonna float this one out. Y'all can have the car. I gotta go. I've never jumped off the bridge in the middle of a chase, but I have jumped out of some vehicles that were moving during chases. Yeah, that's happened before. I've jumped off of some decks of houses before, But Miss MJ, I think the guy's probably okay, right? Miss Becky, he probably lived. He just sounds like he made a great escape. You know, he's probably like, I've got to get out the car and go. Yeah. Miss Becky, tell me he lived. Did he float down to Arkansas? Did he make it to Arkansas? You know that's what he was trying to do. He jumped off the Cumberland Bridge. He was just trying to get to Arkansas. He was like, if I can just get to Arkansas. Oh, the dogs caught him. Oh, man. Well, see, man. Well, you get that on the big jobs. Apparently, he wasn't smart enough to get naked. Here's a heads up, y'all. If you have to jump in the water to get away from the police, what you want to do in the water is shed your clothing, okay? Because that clothing going to have your smell on it. So you're just going to shed that clothing and let it float on down the water and take your naked ass out somewhere else, okay? Just saying. You're going to have to find a clothesline with some clothes on it. Trust me, I know. I've ran from the police in Berry County before. My best advice to you, don't get in trouble, you know. Don't get in trouble and have to jump out your car, folks. That's a good idea. He had to go to the hospital and suffered moderate injuries. Well, of course, you know, a couple of dog bites. Cops had to kick the shit out of him a few times after they had him in handcuffs because they were mad because they had to chase him through the water and weeds and bushes. You know, they ain't happy when they catch you like that. I know. I've been given some of them moderate injuries before. And most of them was when I was in handcuffs. You had nothing to do with the actual event. It had more to do with the ass whooping afterwards. They get upset when you make them work. They're like, hey man, you made me have to get out and jog. Heaven forbid. Hey, what's really funny now is Miss Becky is that you got, you know, I mean, okay. So we got Andre Baker, who I grew up with, whose cousin is now like chief of police or whatnot, right, for Cassville. I mean, I have a hard time looking at cops who I used to buy alcohol for when they were minors, right? Or the police that used to buy drugs from me all the time. Miss Becky says, sounds like you know what you're doing. I need to pee. Miss Becky, you don't want to pee when the dogs are chasing you either because they're going to smell that. You hear me? You're going to want to hold that until later on. I used to be a professional. I'm retired now, but yeah, at one time I definitely knew how to evade. Until it got to the point to where now all the cops are people that I used to sell to. Now I don't even feel the need to evade. I feel like if they try to arrest me, I'm just going to laugh at them. You know what I mean? I'm going to be like, dude, you can get the hell away from me. You can't even have me take you seriously when you used to be a customer. You know, which is like most of the Berry County Police Department and Cassville. So yeah, I don't know. Anytime I drive through there, I just think, well, I hope one of them thinks enough of me to pull me over, because we are going to have such a discussion. You know, I'm gonna be like, do you remember when? Be like, all right, then, just go ahead and walk away. See, and I was smart, even as a teenager, so I kept records of stuff like no one else would ever have kept. You know what I mean, Miss Becky? And only I know where them certain things are at. Well, me and one other person, actually. He knows what to do with those things. You know what I'm like, I made sure that I had myself covered from, Sheriff Epperly, Sheriff Haynes, all them little peons all the way up. And what's crazy is that whole time they were working so hard to bust me when I was under 15 at the time that they finally got me. And I had been dealing with them and their people since I was 11 and 12 years old. And I was smart enough back then to already be keeping track of it. So I don't know what took them so long to get a case on me. Yeah, I know Shane Thornton. Of course, I know Casey Epperly. I banged his sister, Casey, just because she was married to Mick's brother, right? Back before she got all cruddy and nasty. Yeah, I did that on purpose just because she was married to the sheriff's brother. Yep, I'm telling you, I was that kind of asshole. You know what I mean? Yeah. Tommy Thornton's his brother. Shane's a snitch, just so you know. I've seen his name on paperwork. I won't fuck with them anymore because of that. I've seen his name on paperwork back in the 90s. Factoroni. Yep, I know Casey, Candy, and all of them. I know his whole family. I grew up with Shane and them. We were in the same class in school. Tommy went to school with your uncle. He was a grade ahead of me, I believe. Something like that. Tommy's decent. Tommy keep his mouth shut too, man. Tommy kept his mouth shut for me from the police and didn't snitch on me. Shane, he didn't ever snitch on me, but he snitched on some people. I seen the paperwork. Yep. That was my job in prison, was check paperwork on people. And good thing old Shane took the deals he did and kept out of the joint, because that wouldn't have ended well. Yep. Here's one thing for certain: you won't find my name on anybody's paperwork, because the only thing I've ever written on a statement is I got not shit to say. I don't even write. I just tell them I ain't got nothing to say. You can talk to my lawyer. You can call John Lee Wright. You can call Sherry Harris. You can call one of them. Talk to them. I got them on retainer. I don't mess around. I don't mess around with the police, man. Oh, no. Yep. Yeah, so yeah, I know that family real well. Crazy small world. See now, how crazy is that, Becky? I was that kind of ruthful back then. Not only did I bang his brother's wife, but I also banged Mick's daughter. You know what I mean? I banged almost his whole family right around him. You know what I mean? And Miss Becky, I didn't even do it quietly. I made sure he knew. I was an ass like that. Yeah. Well, some snitches you can't even give stitches to, because then they'll tell on you for that. You know what I mean? Jeez. I can say this, though. The last time I went down, Tommy was around whenever I was running from the police. And Tommy knew where I was at, and the cops caught him at one point, tried to get him to tell, and Tommy wouldn't tell on me. So I can say Tommy Thornton is a solid dude when it comes to that. He would not tell them where I was. You know what I mean? Now, had that have been Shane would have dropped a dime on me. You hear me? They'd have threatened Shane with going to jail. Shane had been like, oh God, he was right over there. You hear me? They threatened Tommy with going to jail. Tommy was like, let's go. He didn't tell him nothing. So good on him. I can say that. Now, I know other people say certain things, but Miss Becky, here's the thing. I was at a fight one night that broke out at a bonfire. A bunch of old boys jumped old Tommy. Some of them were some guys I knew, old Andre Baker and Doug Holman and some of the rest of them. Oh, Tommy, boy, Tommy fought him, boy. Tommy was losing. Someone tossed a knife in there. Tommy went to work on him, you hear me? That's how Tommy went to prison the first time. He done stabbed old Doug Holman in the ass. He done stabbed Andre. He went to stabbing them all because they done all jumped him. You know what I mean? He probably lucky he didn't kill somebody that night, but yeah. So Tommy, he's got heart. I'll give him that. Tommy's got heart. You know what I mean? Tommy's got heart. Shane is a coward and a pussy and a snitch. Yeah, there you go. I said all that. That's a fact. Tommy's got heart. He's a good dude. Will Tommy rob you? If he don't know you, he might. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say he's a saint by no means. But I'm just going to say he ain't going to snitch on you if he knows you. Which is a positive thing. Especially in Berry County. Because God bless all them people there. Most of them, they just tell on one another. It's like the revolving door of craziness. Miss Becky, it's a good thing you moved to Arkansas because, you know. Yeah, I'm telling you for a fact he is. Shane is. I've seen it on paperwork. I stopped messing with Shane back in the 90s because of him snitching. Fact. Tommy I messed with all the way up to 2013 when I went down last. Because Tommy's solid. Like I said, cops had a manhunt out for me. They picked Tommy up, tried to squeeze him. I knew they were trying to squeeze him because I had cops on the inside. And Tommy kept his mouth shut. He's a decent dude. As a matter of fact, I arranged to get Tommy out of jail, and Tommy told me a bunch of stuff I needed to know. So he worked the inside line for me. But Shane is a snitch. Miss Becky, I am because I mean, I'm dedicated to that thing in my life. And every time I'm up there, it sickens me to bump into people at Walmart or at the grocery store or anywhere that I see that need their faces rearranged or that, you know what I mean? Back in the day, that stuff wasn't allowed. And so I can't, when I'm up there, it's a bad thing. The only positive thing I have there is Jennifer. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't, you know, life is funny. But if it was not for Jennifer and my mom, I probably wouldn't even ever go back there. You know what I'm saying? The place is something else, man. And I own property there, and I won't even live there. That tells you, Jeez, it just ain't worth it. It's one of them kind of places that no matter how much right you try to do, you just end up being sucked into wrong. You know what I mean? It just seemed like no matter what I ever tried to do right there, I just ended up right back where I was at. Because there's always, you know, hey, didn't you say, isn't your Uncle Clint? I'll tell you this about Clint Castle. This dude, man, hey, he was one of the toughest dudes I ever met when we were growing up. He was older than me in school, but I watched him one night at a party, drunk, fighting this guy. This dude, your uncle, Clint, he about lost a testicle. This man grabbed him by his junk in the middle of a fight and literally tore his pants and everything apart. Clint had him so hard in a headlock. You hear me? Just choking the life out of him. I mean, them guys, they were tough guys. Back then, there was a tough crew of guys that we ran with. You go to them fights, you go to them parties, people get drunk, they fight for real. Like, I mean, knock down, drag out. Next day, everybody be cool again. You know? You're like, what happened to your front tooth? I don't know. Billy Bob knocked it loose, but we're cool. Pre-war nickel, Denver. They had one of the best football teams ever. I will say this. Clinton's team was the last ball team years that they didn't drug test for Cassville. After 2 state championships in a row, all of a sudden they decided it was a good idea to start drug testing. The following year, most of the team was suspended. So the drug testing obviously was not a key to the team, but I keep finding out that most of us were getting high. Hey, you remember Crystal Shelley? You remember Crystal Shelley, Becky? So she would have been the last person that I dated from around there besides Jennifer. And Jennifer's a little bit younger than you. Jennifer's 35. So I don't know if you know Jennifer or not, but you probably do. Oh, let's see. What else are we searching, guys? We got a lot of nickels. I don't know. We're going to do more nickels. I feel like there might be special nickels in here. All these other ones are sealed up. They don't look too special. None of these ones look real special, y'all. I'm wanting to find some good ones. Let's get some good ones. Miss Becky says she's laughing her bottom off. Miss Becky says yes. Yep. Look at there, y'all. 39. Old school nickel. Holy cow. We better keep that one aside just because it's old. Not sure if that's the first year of Jefferson or not. I think it might be. Or close to it. Or which one? Which person? Jennifer? She's got a Polish last name. I'm just going to give you hints. I don't want to say her last name out and just set her out there like that. But she's got a Polish last name. Can you say Jarzynski? Now you know who I'm talking about, don't you? So when I say my Jennifer, that's the Jennifer that I see in Missouri, that I've seen off and on for years. See, we've been associated since, for a long time, since she was 29. Like Becky's like, oh Lord, you might bump into her at that Shellknot Bridge. Actually, I done told her ass to stay away from the bridge because she done got in a fight there, like at the Jenkins one a few weeks ago. I was like, we ain't doing that no more. So keep your ass away from the bridge. I brighten your day, I make you laugh. Well, I'm glad I put a smile on your face, Miss Becky. If I can put a smile on someone's face, that makes me happy. I feel like I'm in search of a smile on my face, so if I can make someone else smile, it makes my day. Denver! These silly coins. Man, we ain't got. Look at these crap coins I got today, y'all. I'm a little disappointed. We found 3 that might be worth saving, maybe. We got a bicentennial, of course. There's the birth year, Miss Becky. You know we gotta save those. Got a nickel that's, fairly old. We got a 39 there. We gotta check that out. And then we got a proof 62, which is not a proof. Yeah, it is, actually. It's a Philly. Philadelphia is the proof. There it is. So we got the proof. That's all we got today so far, y'all. I'm feeling a little savvy. Thought we were going to have more. I feel like we need to do at least one more roll. This is a roll from last week's nickel finds. Let's see if this one contains more than nickels. Last week, we found a whole bag of nickels that were all proofs. Let's go. Miss Becky says we're going to find them. Here we go. This might have some. Dun, 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 dun. I would say if I had to give a list of things, it blocked your message. Yep, I knew Bobby. Yep. 62. Look at that blue on that one, y'all. Look at that Tony. That's because it was in there with that silver. Philadelphia proof. Look at there. With some color. Nice. We'll save that one. Thank you, MJ. MJ was making sure I could see that. I'm like, I don't know what happened here. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm glad we're almost to the end of this, and I've had a blast with things, but I'll be real with you. My stomach has not been my friend today, so say some thoughts and prayers on that, because golly, it's been a mess the last couple of days. I think a lot of it's just life. All right, let's go. Let's find something. It's our last roll of coins for the day. 62 with the blue toning. It's been in a proof set, and it is also a proof 62 with toning. Nice. And another 59 blue toned uncirculated. Someone broke it out of mint set. Boom, Philadelphia proof. That was a proof Benji set that came out of. A lot of coins were broke open. A lot of Benjis melted in the last couple of weeks. You can tell. Silver prices dropped. People started cracking them open and dumping and melting them. 88. $2019. We got a 95. I don't know what world that came from, but there we go. It's got some dirtiness to it. And a 21 to end us out. This is a crazy toner on this one. This 95 has got, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what happened to it, but it looks like it's been violated. That coin needs help. Somebody help the coin. All right. Let's take a look at what we found today. Didn't find a whole lot, but we're going to be happy with what we found. We got a proof 59 Philadelphia with tonnage. You can tell it was broke out of the proof set. Boom, there we go. We got a 76 bicentennial. We got another proof 1960. Came out of a Benji proof set. We got a 62 Philadelphia, also out of a Benji proof set. We've got a 1939. We're going to check out that. That might be one of the first dates on the Jefferson nickel. Then we've got a 62 toned out. Also a Philadelphia. Would have been out of a proof Benji set. Very nice. And then last but not least, we got a 62 toned blue out of a Benji proof set. Uncirculated. And there it is with that mirror finish. You can still see. They're toned blue, so the mirror don't show up as much, but they're definitely proofs. Look at that. Look at that toning. Because it was in there with that silver. All right, guys, that was our finds for the day. Meanwhile, do me a favor, get over there to Whatnot. It's JC Silver and Gold. Bookmark the shows. The times change because, well, still trying to get my life together and my stomach together, so bear with me. Did you know Chad Britton? I believe maybe. Wow, YouTube blocking the word butts. I know, right? They something else. I appreciate y'all. It'll get better, man. I got a lot going on, and on top of that, my stomach, it's been a mess ever since the last couple of procedures just took it out of me. I just got to get back to it. So pray that I get back to it, and I'm going to keep working to get back to it, and we'll get back to it. You watch. All right, y'all. I want you to know this. God loves you right where you're at. Don't matter what you've done or what you're doing. He loves you just for you. There's a lot of people in this world that loves you for what you got, or for what you can give them, or for what you can do for them. But there is a guy upstairs. There is a God in heaven that just loves you for you. Remember that. All right, y'all. I appreciate the shit out of you. Want y'all to remember to keep your heads up, your feet down, keep reaching for those stars. Keep stacking the silver and gold. And I will see you in the next one.